Welcome back to another episode of How Fucked Is My Engine? What we've done is we've had a quick look. I bought a boroscope, as you do. It's a good excuse to buy one, isn't it? And I had a look down the 3 undamaged cylinders through the spark plug holes. It does just about get in there, but you can't move the end of it to see where you're looking, unfortunately. So then we thought maybe we can put it down where the valve was, assuming the valve isn't there. So what we've done is slackened off the adjuster and then prized out the springs, and as you can see, there ain't no valve. Top caps, the valve stem also is alright. We can reuse that. Yeah, so next job is we're going to see if we can get the boroscope to look down there, and we'll also put it down here again and see if it will connect to the camera so I can show you what we're seeing. No, you can't, can you? You just see shiny destroyed metal. And stick it down the plug hole in, see what we can see. Not much to see, it just looks like damaged piston. But the question remains is, where's the rest of the valve? It must be in there somewhere. It was sunny yesterday, can you tell? Oh, look at my face. Yeah, that hasn't really worked. The video attachment for the boroscope is for like an old style video camera, RCA lead or whatever they're called, so it won't connect into this. And the issue is that with the design of the 8-port head, the depth of the plug bit and all that, we can't get the angle to see the whole of the top of the piston. We can only see a quarter of it, and all you can see is just damage, but you can't see where the valve is. So it's obviously on the side that we can't see, embedded into the head or the piston. So we'll look at taking the inlet off next and being able to look down the inlet, because there's no valve going to be in the way, and see what we can see that way. We should have a better arc to get the boroscope in, because the bottom end of the boroscope doesn't twist. It's a solid end, then a flexible section, and we just haven't got enough twist to be able to see everything we need to see. So that'll be the next job. Right, well, we'll come back to the workshop. We've been busy for a few days working on that one, taking its engine back out. And tonight what I'm going to do is take off the inlet manifold, and then the idea is that with the inlet manifold off and obviously no valve getting in the way because it's somewhere else, we'll be able to put the boroscope in through the inlet throat of the head down into the combustion chamber, and then we'll be able to see the carnage. So let's crack on. Ooh, right, that's the 4 top bolts on the inlet runners undone. Next job will be to get the ones underneath, which won't be as easy. Yeah, slight problem in that I can't work out how the hell to get at those bottom bolts, or bottom nuts they are. I think the problem is that I had those fitted first, If you can see them, they're under there, and I think I'll get my hand in from underneath, but I've got a radiator and all sorts of stuff in the bottom of here now, so yeah, this is gonna be fun. Right, many hours later, we managed to get all those 4 nuts off the bottom of the inlet manifold, and you have to walk it forward towards you because you run out of space to undo the nuts because of the angle of the inlet runners. Now, I got off the plenum and I could immediately see something inside it, and I was like, well, that's oil and stuff, petrol. Not entirely. There's the torch. It's hard to see. If you open the...
I'll try it now.
There, you can see it down there. What you're looking at is the valve stem. So how the friggin' hell it got in there, I don't know, because obviously there's that much separation at an angle between the head.
I think the head of the valve's in there as well.
Christopher thinks the head of the valve's in there as well, which is bizarre. Right, so we're going to try and pull out these bits and see what we can.
Out that way.
Yeah, I suppose we could open up tip it up and open up the throttle blade, that end. There's still going to be a bit of petrol in here, like, but
yeah, the head's in there.
that noise was the valve sliding down. Oh, or some of it. Oh, there's some carnage for you. There's some of the valve. And there's some more bits still in there. Oh yeah, no, there's some more of it.
And you've got a full one.
Maybe we can just JB weld it. Let's play make a valve.
Turn it over.
Yeah. There's something there. Well, there's most of it.
There you go.
And
there's your valve. It's not in your engine at all.
Yeah, turn radio off. So there we go. There's the valve. It's not in the engine, but it's still, I bet the cylinders royally fucked. So I think that's everything out of there. We'll tidy up this mess in a second. Let's have a look and see what's inside the engine. I'll see what the carnage is.
Not a lot to say, to be honest. You might have got away with this, Richard.
No, I haven't. Yeah, so not much to see there. So let's get the borescope out and have a look. Yeah, so it's really hard to see through the borescope and the GoPro, but there's just like a lot of, I wouldn't say minor damage, but there is a lot of damage to the top of the piston and a few scratches in the cylinder walls. But as to how bad the head is, we'll know that when we get it off. But it's odd that the valve has dropped in. It's pushed it back up and through. Out. Yeah, and back out into the plenum chamber. It must have fallen, well, obviously, because of the way it's dropped in, it's fallen straight in, and then it's got pushed straight back out the way it came in, almost up the inlet throat. You can see on the top of the inlet throat there, where obviously it's being pushed back up and round. You can basically see in there where the top of the stem has been pushed up, and then it's worked its way around this way, and then it's been fired back into the plenum. So it's not as bad as it could be. The valve hasn't gone through the piston, but it's certainly damaged the top of the piston, so I would assume that's the piston buggered. And there's going to be damage to the head as well, and that'll be the kicker as to how bad that is, how much re-welding and machining it needs. So that's it for this update. Next update will be when I take the cylinder head off and have a look at the damage to that, maybe towards this weekend.